Good morning, my LinkedIn family. Today we continue on the topic of effective communication. One of the biggest aspects of communication that many people need to improve is listening. Now more than ever, developing the skill of listening as part of our communication is going to help us build more trust with our coworkers, with our employees, with our talent. It's also going to help you in your family, in your personal life. When either a friend or your partner or spouse wants to say something, listening as a skill is going to pay you dividends. In the workplace, as a coach, as a motivational speaker, even then, listening is extremely important. When I'm engaging with my online programs, when I am presenting to a group via Zoom or any other virtual tool, I ask questions and I listen to what they have to say, because listening happens when you read what people are saying, also when you listen with your ears. And it is doing that proactively that enables you to understand what people need, what they want, how they are feeling, and then you are able to respond in a way that will resonate with them. So listening as a skill, as a coach, for example, is fundamental. My job as a coach is to ask empowering questions, those that begin with what or how. And then the key is for me to stay quiet after I ask the question. Now, raise your hand. How many of you ask a question, wait for 2 seconds, and immediately begin to speak again? Many of us do that, and it's a tendency that we have, and it's something that is accepted in society for people to get interrupted because we are rushing, we need to get going. When we ask a question, especially an empowering question, which is what I'm recommending that you ask, and you wait for the answer, you create a safe space for the people that you're interacting with to think about what they're going to say and to give you the answer. That sounds easier said than done, right? We get into patterns of communication. And for the most part, if you notice, many of us only talk. We either don't like to listen, get very impatient, sometimes even angry while we are listening. And listening is not something that we've cultivated. And so here I am giving you one more challenge. Your challenge this week is for you to notice when you ask questions and you don't listen and you want to hear noise or hear something coming out of the person right away. And if that's you, I'm inviting you to ask the question, especially if it's empowering. Usually why questions like, why did you do that, are not empowering questions. But ask the question and then zip it. Wait for the person to respond and see what happens. You may feel uncomfortable. The other person may also feel uncomfortable. And then what you see is that the person, once they notice that you're actually listening, will be thoughtful and give you a response based on where they are and how they're doing at the moment. So my friends, as a coach, this is one of the fundamental skills, listening once you are in a communication. And also, once you listen, you can then influence your audience because you understand where they are coming from, what's important to them, and you can interject or inject the information that they need most, which saves you time and saves them time. So one way that I start conversations often is I ask an empowering question, I listen, and then I do my presentation, because that way I know how to angle my comments. So when I do my presentations, one of my first slides in the first 5-6 slides is, what is your intention for today? And I give them 4 options. And based on the options that they put into the chat, in this case, in the virtual world, I then gear my response and my presentation and my commentary, in addition to what's on my slides, to satisfy the needs of my audience. And that, my friends, is how we increase our effective communication. So I hope that you are engaging with me during this week, that you're following the daily challenges that I am giving you, and that I keep sharing with you my golden nuggets and insights from 30 years of experience, from 20 years in leadership. And if you find this valuable, leave me a comment. Let me know how you are committing to increasing your listening skills. And if you want to join our community, you can go to executivebound.com. And you're always free to set up a complimentary strategy session with me at callwithginny.com. I'll see you tomorrow.